Hey, what's up everybody? This is Damron. We're playing Doom Eternal. It's finally come out. This is on Mission 2, Exultia, part of my complete collectible guide. We're getting all of the collectibles. I kind of went over some brief things in the first mission of what we're doing, but basically we're getting all the collectibles so we can get all the campaign related collectible achievements in one playthrough. So let's go ahead and get started with Mission 2. As soon as you start the level, if you just kind of look over the ledge right in front of you and drop down, it's our first extra life. Moving forward, you'll get to this section where you got to kind of jump and use that pole to kind of get across that gap. As soon as you break that green door, walk outside, look to the left for our first Codex in the mission. Shortly after we get the blood punch and we get to whip some ass with it, this is the first rune. The game is actually introducing you to runes, so this is an objective. It's part of the story. You're going to have to go to this, but there it is. Going forward, of course, we'll collect all of those. From the rune, if you turn around, again, you'll see a pole that you can grab. Jump up, grab that, double jump to the next level, and then jump over into the middle section for our next extra life. So from that rune again, now we're going to progress into the level. We're going to kind of go down this spiral staircase, and there's a little alcove to the right that a marine comes out of. That's where we want to go. Don't go below this because you can't get back up. So before you jump down, be sure you go into this alcove. In the alcove on the left side is a wall you can break. Break that wall to get our next toy, the Arachnatron. Later on in the level, you're going to go outside. This is the path that you have to take. And when you get to this part where you're going to use this pole to kind of jump to that wall that you need to grab on. So you have to take this path. You'll get here. You'll recognize this area. I believe there's 1 or 2 fights in the process. But once you climb up, immediately turn around for our next Codex. Moving on a little bit, you're going to have to go into here where these got these spinning blades and you got to break these chains. Next to one of the chains that you have to break is the next Codex. A little bit further, this is actually right after you get the dash ability. Before you dash across, look straight down and there's going to be an extra life. I thought the easiest way to do this was jump down and then dash forward. The dash is going to make you grapple onto that wall. After a cutscene, you're going to be in a throne room. Behind the throne is our next extra life. From the throne, as we're exiting this room, walk down the first set of stairs and go right, and you're going to find your next Codex. A little bit later, this again is part of the story. A lot of the things early on we're going to get, it's introducing you to. So the first Sentinel battery in the game is going to be in the path that you have to go. From that battery, if you look to the right, you probably saw these statues that you couldn't really access earlier, but now that we have the dash ability, we can actually use those. So let's make our way over there and we'll jump, jump, dash, dash, jump, and then jump over here and dash. And now that we're in this room, you'll see this pink ball, and that's the secret encounters going forward. And these secret encounters are going to allow you to get more points and get more weapon upgrades. So moving on, once you go through the portal after the battery, it's going to lead you to hell, and you're going to get to this section where you see that yellow cracked wall that you need to break. If you look to the left of that, there's a block that you can hit. Take that path and you're going to get an album. So let's go back to that cracked wall for reference. If you're looking at that, turn around and you're going to see a cave. Go inside that cave and you're going to see this purple goo down on the ground. And just above you, you can actually see the extra life up there. But when you're in this goo, you can't jump. So you're going to have to walk around that path and eventually get to this point where you grapple onto this wall. Now look to the right and jump over to the ledge and turn around, and now you can actually jump to get that extra life. So now if we go back to that ledge, you probably saw it when we got the extra life, but that's also where the Modbot is. So moving back to the cracked wall, once we've opened it and we kind of jump and dash across to these walls that we have to grab onto and climb and go around, eventually you're going to make your way up to the next ledge, and the Codex is going to be right there in front of you. You can't miss it. Alright, so after that codex, you're actually going to have to progress quite a ways. There's several fights you're going to have to get through to get to this point where you're on this sword and you have to kind of walk down that sword. This is a good distance from the last collectible. But before you advance down that sword, look down to the right and you're going to see your second secret encounter. And now also pretty far from the last collectible, and a point for reference, once you open that path that I just showed you, which you have to do, and you're going to kind of jump onto this pole and grab this dash item to make it all the way across, you're going to enter a cave that has purple goo in it again. Now, the end of that purple goo path is our collectible. You can walk up and drop down if you don't feel like walking through the goo, but nonetheless, it's right there. So moving on, you're going to come to this section, and there's going to be some enemies here. I've kind of cleared them out. There's going to be an Arachnatron here. But if you jump down, on the bottom area is our next codex. Once you've passed the kind of lowering platform section, you're going to come to this room where you got to kind of go through that area that's a little green. But before you do that, if you jump up on this ledge and turn around, you're going to see a dash item. So you can jump up there and get some extra dash to get out that window and onto this platform, which has our first Slayer key. And from that key, if you just turn around, you'll see your first Slayer gate. And these Slayer gates are going to bring you into kind of alternate little challenge arenas. You're going to open the door and then you're going to go in, and we're just going to talk about it briefly because you know, these are kind of challenging and they're going to be a little bit more difficult than just the base area of the game. But when you go in there and you actually finish that kind of battle, that's how we're going to get the Empyrean keys. So you're going to see that right now. So basically, once you finish the entire Slayer gate, it'll automatically take you back out of the Slayer gate and it's going to explode, and you're going to see the Empyrean key right in front of you. And once you collect all of these, we're going to unlock the Unmaker, and that's an achievement later on. So the next collectible is an extra life. Once you kind of go through that green area, you can see these electrical things going off. If you look over to the right, the extra life is right there. I found it easy just to jump off, double jump on it, and dash back to the grapple wall. Moving on in the same area, so you can see we've kind of progressed around those grapple walls. You're going to come to this platform and you can see this this lava kind of fall, I guess. So jump over there, and around the back is our next toy, the Cacodemon. Alright, so progressing on to the last collectible of the mission. After you talk with the betrayer or a cutscene, you kind of go up these stairs, really can't miss it. It's right in your path. Right there is the last codex, the last collectible in this mission. Guys, if y'all are liking my stuff, feel free to like and subscribe. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you're finding it helpful. I just do this for fun. Again, if you like my channel, feel free to like and subscribe. We're going to be getting all the collectibles in Doom Eternal, so you guys can get all of the campaign related achievements in one playthrough. So hopefully I'll see you in the next mission.